Hi, welcome back to Olive Oracle. If you're new here, this channel is all about the science behind traditional Greek living and why it just might be the healthiest way on earth. Today, we're talking about one ingredient my grandmother never left the house without. My grandmother drank a shot of raw olive oil every single morning of her life, something I always thought was a bit odd. But she worked her garden until she was 87. She never had heart problems, never had joint pain, and her mind stayed sharp until the very end. I grew up thinking this was just a Greek thing, until I realized the rest of the world has no idea what olive oil actually does to the human body. So here's what science is now proving about what my grandmother already knew. Now I know what you're thinking. Olive oil is just a cooking fat. But what science has found over the last 2 decades has completely changed how doctors think about heart health, inflammation, and aging. The people living in these regions aren't just eating olive oil occasionally, they're consuming it daily, generously, and raw, and that difference matters more than you'd think. Stay with me, because what researchers found next is what really changed everything. Why do Greeks on traditional diets outlive people in wealthy countries by a decade or more? On the Greek island of Ikaria, 1 in 3 people live past 90. Dementia rates are a fraction of what we see in the US. Heart disease is rare. Scientists went looking for the secret. They expected something complex. What they found was, in large part, the oil. One of the largest dietary studies ever conducted, the PREDIMED trial, looked at what happens when you add extra virgin olive oil to your daily diet. The result? A Mediterranean diet with EVOO reduced major cardiovascular events by around 30% compared to a low-fat diet. Here's the part that shocked the researchers. The effect was so strong, they stopped the trial early. It was considered unethical to keep people off it. What's happening inside your body? Monounsaturated fats improve your cholesterol ratios, polyphenols protect your artery linings, and anti-inflammatory compounds reduce plaque formation. There's a compound in extra virgin olive oil called oleocanthal, and it's the reason fresh olive oil gives you that peppery sting at the back of your throat. My grandmother used to say, if it doesn't sting, it's not real oil. Turns out, she was running a pharmacy out of her kitchen. Oleocanthal works on the same inflammation pathway as ibuprofen, inhibiting the same COX-1 and COX-2 enzymes. It works just like NSAIDs, but without the stomach damage. Chronic inflammation is linked to nearly every age-related disease. She was suppressing it every morning, without even knowing the science. High-quality extra virgin olive oil contains over 30 different polyphenols. These compounds combat oxidative stress, which damages your telomeres. Think of telomeres like the plastic tips on your shoelaces. When they wear down, the lace frays. Polyphenols slow that fraying, and olive oil is one of the richest sources. Populations with high polyphenol intake consistently show slower biological aging markers. This isn't folk medicine anymore. It's measurable at the cellular level. But here's what my grandmother understood that no supplement company can bottle. It's not just the oil, it's the oil, plus wild greens, plus daily movement. It's the oil plus meals that last 2 hours with people you love. The oil is the vehicle. It helps your body absorb the nutrients in those wild greens and sits at the center of connection. You don't need to move to Greece. You just need to understand what they understood. If you take one thing from this, look at the bottle in your kitchen. Is it actually extra virgin? Does it have a harvest date? Does it sting when you taste it? If not, you're missing everything I just talked about. In the next video, I'll show you exactly how to spot the real stuff. Subscribe and hit the bell if you want to understand olive oil the way my family understands it. One real story at a time.